The date's June 24th, 2020. Our prior leader Nugget watches in anticipation to see our newest member of Starlight, Shriki, perform in a crew battle. Shriki takes 5 stocks and becomes the MVP of his very first crew battle, and we end up winning. Fast forward to December 2020, and Shriki is now a veteran of Starlight, an amazing player. But over time it became an obvious problem. Shriki was stinky. Shriki could never accept the fact that he was stinky. I called him out in a video that I named Shgugeriiki, and Shriki denied every claim in that video and disregarded the opportunity to change for the better. Instead, he made his own analysis on video and mocked its points unfairly. But now, I think it's time to make my own response and prove that Shriki is stinky. Before we can come to understand why Shriki is so stinky, first, we need to talk about the character he mains, Mr.Game and Watch, a character known for his odd yet enjoyable moveset. Mr.Game and Watch made his debut into the Smash series in 2001 in Super Smash Bros. Melee. In this game, he was widely recognized to be a low-tier character and was not very viable in the competitive Melee scene. He was then recognized as a solid B tier in the competitive Brawl scene, and as a low mid-tier in the competitive Smash 4 scene. Cut to Smash Bros. Ultimate, where Mr. Game & Watch is now widely recognized as a high or top tier. Now what makes Game & Watch such a great character? He easily has the best out of shield option in the game, with his frame 3 massive invincible up B that can start combos. There are very few characters who can pressure Game & Watch's shield safely because that move would need to be a -2 on shield or anything safer than that. So, if you end up touching his shield and don't safely space, be prepared to take at least 20%. He can also kill ridiculously early, either by going for an RNG combo and praying for a 9, or confirming into any of Game & Watch's powerful smash attacks. Whether it be his invincible up smash, his disjointed down smash that could bury you, or his extremely powerful F smash, be prepared to die below 100 if you're getting hit by these. And of course, my favorite, Game & Watch's ridiculous juggles. If you get hit by a strained air, which wouldn't be surprising because of its massive hitbox, be prepared to be stuck in the air for an extremely long time, as Game & Watch has one of the most powerful juggling tools in up air, and don't be shocked if you take up to 40% from one interaction. Don't forget that Game & Watch can start these massive combos off of his up B out of shield, his neutral B, his forward air, or, if you somehow even get hit by it, his up tilt, so he has many ways to confirm into these combos. Now, every character has their flaws, and Mr. Game & Watch is no exception, which is why he can fluctuate on tier lists between high and top tier. He's tied with Squirtle for the 3rd lightest character in the game, so taking his stocks isn't the biggest challenge, and you can usually take them before he does. His neutral game is also fairly weak. His best neutral options are very much whiff punishable, and Mr. Game & Watch cannot afford losing a neutral interaction since he strives on killing you early. He also mainly secures kills with smash attacks and edge guards, so as long as you can avoid these consistently, it can be fairly difficult for Mr. Game & Watch to take a stock. However, with his amazing flowchart combos and his gameplay that can destroy other opponents who don't have responses to it, Mr. Game & Watch is still an incredible character that's frustrating to fight.
Oh no.
Now that we know about Shriki's main, let's talk about Shriki himself and what makes him so repulsive to my nostrils. In simple terms, he is a greasy gamer. If being a Mr. Game & Watch main hadn't clarified that enough already, we can see more evidence towards the fact that Shriki stinks. First, let's take a look at his profile picture and the story alongside it. So, as shown here, Shriki's profile picture is of the Doom Shroom from the popular series Plants vs. Zombies. Crazy day for Smash. Now, it would be obvious that you would want your profile picture to be an accurate representation of you. So, If you were to look at my profile picture, you would see that it's the sprite of Ditto from the Pokemon series, which would accurately present my internet persona. So, as Shriki presents himself as Doomshroom, we must study what they're commonly known to do. That's right, blow up. And as you can see, they produce a cloud, one that's strong enough to turn these zombies into dust. Now, what's commonly known to produce enough gas to turn something into dust? Something natural, because we know these are obviously mushrooms. No gunpowder could be involved. That's right. Stink, stunk, stank. The absolute wretched smell that these mushrooms produce is enough to reduce these zombies into ashes, something that Shriki portrays as an accurate representation of himself. Next, we go back to his character, Mr.Game and Watch. We need to talk about a move that I did not bring up yet. Mr.Game and Watch's jab is nothing but a clear representation of the foul stench that reeks off of Shriki. What you can see here is much like the argument I brought up with his profile picture. What you can see here is Mr.Game and Watch's jab producing gas. Where in God's name does this gas come from, you may ask? Watch closely at the end of this jab animation and where his hand is. If it wasn't clear enough, this tube is pulled from Mr.Game and Watch's rectum, his ass, which is clearly why this gas does damage and can defeat other players, like Roy over here. And if earlier you watched closely, you can even see the stench radiating from Game & Watch. It's just so obvious that Game & Watch produces stinky players such as Shriki. Now, if it wasn't evident enough how horribly stinky this is, let me show you footage of what this exact gas from Shriki can cause to people.
And he died for nothing, like an animal. He should have died in Berlin.
If that's not enough evidence, recently, Shriki was shown to be acting like a cow. I had just posted a Brody Fox meme, and to my surprise, the response that Shriki makes is, and I quote, Of course, he tries to cover it up as a misspelling, a mistake. But of course we know this is just the true nature of Shriki. What he had done was act like a cow, a farm animal. Farm animals stink. There's absolutely no denying it, and it leads me to believe that there's no denying that Shriki stinks. Shriki will always attempt to cover up his own tracks, his own smell for that matter. But we know very well that he can't run away from what he truly is. Be it his Doomshroom profile picture, his character's jab, or his tendency to moo, it is undeniable proof that Shriki smells, and that his own character does nothing but enhance that. Now, before this video ends, I'd like to address a little battle that's been going on between me and Shriki. This fight has been going on for months now. Text to text, image to image, and is shown even as far as video to video. I created this video to end it all. Mother of all videos. I made this as a passion project solely to end this war. But Shriki has stated multiple times during the making of this video that eventually, he will come back. And he'll do his best to blow this video out of the water. And to that, I'd like to say, smell ya later.